Welcome back to Aunt Susie's Kitchen. Today we're going to make ribs. I have a 2 racks of ribs here that have been washed and then pat dry. And I'm going to use a dry rub. And I like to do a dry rub. And when they come out of the oven, right before I serve them, then I go ahead and I use a barbecue sauce over that dry rub. And in the summertime, after I barbecue sauce them, I actually finish them on the grill. So in this mixing bowl, we have 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar, 1/4 cup of garlic powder, 1/4 cup of kosher salt. Then we have 1/8 cup of cumin, 1/8 cup of chili powder, 1/8 cup of paprika, and 1/8 cup of chipotle chili powder. And that gives it a really nice smoky chipotle flavor. So we're just going to go ahead and mix all of these. Okay. The aroma coming from this is unbelievable. And really what's dominating is the chipotle chili powder, and that little bit of cumin that I used really gives it this earthy kind of spicy scent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to liberally put this on and rub it in. And then I'm going to move it into a very large foil pan. And it's going to sit overnight in the refrigerator so that these flavors all come together and go ahead and start to tenderize the meat. And then tomorrow, I'm actually going to put it in a 275-degree oven for about 4 to 5 hours until I can reach in literally and twist one of the bones and pull it out very carefully, you know, without any effort. Okay, so spice side down. We're going to put this in here. Now, a lot of people already know this, but if you don't, there is this very thin membrane on the bottom side of the rib. You want to go ahead and pull that off because that's what prevents your ribs from falling apart when they're done being cooked. You always wind up getting that connective tissue that holds them together. But if you go ahead and pull it off now before you cook them, then when they're done being cooked, they definitely are more tender as a result. Okay, here's that other rib. Just going to go ahead, like I said, and pull that membrane off. And you'll be glad you did later on because it really makes the difference. Okay, so our ribs are all dressed. We removed the membrane from the back of both of the racks. We're going to cover this. We're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. Okay, so here we go. 275-degree oven. We're going to put these in. And we're going to cook them on slow between 4 and 5 hours until I can reach in and pull out one of those bones without any resistance. Okay, so these have been in for about 4.5 hours now. So I'm just going to take them out and check on them. And I want to make sure that they are doing what I need them to do. Be careful because when I open the top to this, a lot of steam is going to come out. So just be careful. Don't burn yourself. Oh yeah. I'm not going to use my hand, but I am going to go in here. Ready? Remember what I told you? There it is. 0 resistance. These are ready for the next step. Okay, so here we have our barbecue sauce. You can use whatever you want. I'm not endorsing anybody's barbecue sauce, but there are some out there that are better than others. One thing that I look for in a good barbecue sauce, you see this dark color? It's brown. There's a lot out there that are red. They look a lot like ketchup, and that's not really my favorite. I like the darker ones. I find that they have a deeper, rich taste. They get a little bit of smoke in them, and they're really good. Okay, so as I said before, if it were nicer weather, I would take this outside and I would finish it off on my grill, but it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my oven up to broil, and I'm going to put this underneath the broiler just for about 3 or 4 minutes. Keep a good eye on it. There's a lot of sugar in barbecue sauce. It'll burn really quickly if you leave it for too long. But I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit of color on top, and then we'll be back. Okay, so take this out of the broiler. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at that. That's exactly what you want. Just a little bit of color up on top. You want to make sure that it's not, it doesn't burn. Like I said, there's a lot of sugar in barbecue sauce. So definitely make sure you keep an eye out. I just want to show you. Look at this. I could literally just pick this up and pull it right off of here. Look how tender that is. Look at how juicy. Oh, look at that. And the meat literally, or should I say the bone is falling off the meat. I could pull all of these out if I wanted to right now. They're just going to come out so easily. So there you have it. Spare ribs, barbecued. We do a dry rub first. Then at the end we finish it off with a wet rub. All right. Thanks for coming by and seeing us again. Remember, there's always something good cooking in Aunt Susie's kitchen, so come and see us again. And don't forget to subscribe.